And then coming up also in the main room is Michele Howe Clarke. She's going to be speaking about moon magic, momentum, money, mastery, all the M's.
Good.
So Michele, let me go to your bio. Okay. So she wants to know, how would you like to quantum 10x your results in life success? That is what Michele is all about. Aggressive, disfiguring, life-threatening cancer broken her perception and gave her the magic alchemy manifestation answer. She engages in the Thrive Drive, which is a key to success. She has an MBA. She's a TEDx speaker, awarded author. She's also known as your Thrive Guide to get into the flow of the divine design shine.
Love it.
And you can find her at faceforward.com. So go ahead, Michele, you got the stage for the next 25 minutes.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so kindly, Sheri, and it's always a pleasure to be here. And the website is faceforwardyou.com. So listen, everybody, I want to appreciate you for a minute. I see that you've made it, and you're someone who shows up and takes action on your own behalf. You made it on time. You're showing up physically. I just want you to take a second and just to really recognize that you're someone who is activated in your life, because the power is within your own activation. And we're just like syncing up with the moon so beautifully today. Everybody's all empowered and we're celebrating together, and we're showing up here in this entrained, sacred, healing, thriving space. So mote it be. We're setting that intention. So I am your life success coach. And what I do is I Thrive Guide you to your brilliance, because it's all about your shine. It's about your luminescence. It's about your radiance in this life. It's about being able to be flexible, adaptable, and nimble in an ever-changing life, right? Because that's what life is. It's just going to keep throwing you lefts, and you're going to keep rising to it. So what I'd like to do at this point is to share my screen with you and take you through a sojourn of your moon magic momentum and your money mastery. So let's do that now. Wonderful. I believe that we are in share screen mode, and I'm just going to make it a full screen. Fantastic. So I'm like shaking with excitement today, because it is a birth of a clarity that I've been waiting to attune to for a long time. And you guys are getting like my first run of it. And I'm digging it so deeply, because as you know, you are here. And as it is apparent, it's probably a beautiful day by you, but you've chosen to show up on your own behalf, to learn a skill, to get to move the distance between yourself and where you want to be, right? Alchemy. We're always transmuting in this life. Life's a seminar about transmuting, but we're going to get more into that in a minute. You know, life comes success, SUCCESS. It comes in four main forms: love, fulfillment, health, and wealth. And there is a system to operating this 3D space-time reality. And you guys came here to learn some moon magic. So let's dive in. We've got only a little time. I'm going to give you my all. With the time that we have. So I'm a TEDx speaker. I'm an MBA. I'm an investor of real estate. I do a lot of different things because I believe that life is about mastering the four directions. We came here as spiritual being human. We came here spiritual being human. So we came here to master this human experience. So that comes in health, that comes in wealth, that comes in love, and it comes in fulfillment. There is absolutely no reason that you cannot thrive, bloom, flourish, and blossom in your life all day, every day. Now, that's not to say that we're not going to experience pain, because that is natural. That is part of life. So we're not always going to be shiny, happy people holding hands, right? We're going to actually be living this life as a spiritual being human. So we're about mastery. So as you can see, I'm a TEDx speaker, I'm a best-selling author, and I am your Thrive Guide to your brilliance. Now, by engaging Thrive Drive. Now, what is Thrive Drive, right? When you learn to engage your Thrive Drive, you're going to open up a world of magic, alchemy, and manifestation. Plato called it etelechi. Etelechi. What does that mean? It means an organism developing into its full intrinsic potential. An organism developing into its full intrinsic potential. We've been talking about this through the ages of time. I am trained in, as you can see from my bookshelf, I read over, 16 books a month. I just love to learn. My number one value is growth. I must always be learning and showing how to get efficiencies. I'm an MBA. It's all about effectiveness and efficiencies. I'm practical and I'm tactical. But at the same time, I'm all into magic, alchemy, and manifestation because it saved my life. I'm standing before you speaking when I should not be understood. I'm standing before you blinking when I have no nerve controlling my eye. I am standing before you alive when I am supposed to be dead. I am standing before you with my second child, who is now 11, who is never supposed to be born. I'm letting you know that I do not teach anything that I do not manifest first. That's the key. It must be real. I must have mastered it to teach it. So with that being said, there is magic, there is alchemy, and there is manifestation in this world. And you came here equipped with the Thrive Drive. You came here equipped with a natural mechanism to develop into your full potential. It is within you. So SUCCESS, that's the way we spell success, right? Success. I want it for you desperately because everyone I contact with, everyone I work with, we end up reaching a place of thrive, of flourish, of blooming, of blossoming, of a willingness to be willing to get in there and muck it out, right? I want you active. I want you engaged. So join with me today. Stay with me. I know other success programs are so easy to forget, or they're too complicated to follow. That's not the system here. The system here is all about ease and simplicity. We are about the flow at Face Forward You. We are all about the flow. So SUCCESS, that's the way we spell success. Now, how does it come? It comes in your story. Success is an acronym for the 7 universal laws that operate our space-time reality, brothers and sisters. We have laws to govern this universe. We have laws that we can operate and have a manual by. So story? It's a mental universe, unity. Everything is in correspondence, as above, so below. There is contrast. We came here to transmute on the pole of contrast, polarity. We have a current. Everything in this universe is vibrating. It's all about equanimity, right? It's about overstanding so that the rhythm of life doesn't catch you in its swing. It's about a strategy, right? It's about the law of gender. Do you understand how to use the law of gender properly? It's about a system. Law of attraction is the 7th step, not the 1st. So a lot of my colleagues out there, they'll give you the 7th and forget to give you all the preceding steps because it's a mechanism that works in succession. All right, and as you can see, I work within sacred geometry, and to the right, you'll see my whole hexagon system that supports the story and the success of you, of your own uniqueness. We're going to get deep into you, which is your Thrive, Drive, Engaged, and Fully Expressed, but we'll get more into that in a minute. So how does it work? You know, when people work with me, we begin with the area of the most lack in your story, and then we transform it to thrive. Most of us are experiencing lack. It might be in fulfillment, it might be in health, it might be in wealth, and it might be in love. Usually these directions are pulling us apart instead of propelling us forward. As a Thrive Guide, my goal is to bridge you towards your propel, toward your thrive, right? So how does it work? How does the first law of success work? What is the mechanism here? So, you know, thousands of hours of mind science, metaphysics, and esoteric teachings. And my goal is to synthesize and provide you with best practices. Okay. So with that being said, story, you know, we are all living through the narrator of our mind. We are experiencing this life in a container, right? So we're the spiritual being that came down is now contained in a meat suit, right? I call it your cybernetic biochemical evolutionary machine that you came here to captain. You came here to thrive in. And we tell ourselves a story, and that story is usually set by our evolution, by our environment, like fly paper we are before the age of 7. We're just like picking it up, man. We're just like, oh, so that's how it works. Oh, that's how it works. That's how it works. And then that system becomes systematized in our automation, right? It becomes systematized in our subconscious, the thing that runs our whole being, that sees for us, that breathes for us, that, you know, beats our heart, that grows our hair, that salivates our mouth, right? That grows our nails. Like it's very busy. It needs to automate everything and take the most straight path. So if that mechanism of your system to live gets mechanized by 7, and usually it's by the whole, you know, psychopathy of lack in the universe, in the, you know, mind of all of us, the mass mentality of lack, the mass mentality of I'm competing, the mass mentality of there's never enough, the mass mentality is there's not enough time, the mass mentality of I'm aging, the mass mentality of I'm too old to start, right? This mass mentality is like brainwashed into us. Like we're all walking around brainwashed with a story that we didn't even write, but we're carrying it with us since we were 7. But you came here because you are ready to captain this story. You're ready. You're here. You're here. Let's just start right there. If you're here, it means you're clear. You're clear that you came here to thrive and that you're looking for ways to do it. And I say good on you. So the first law, start telling yourself a better story. Now, if you listen closely to this presentation, you're going to pick up 7 main metaphysical teachers that if you take a pen and paper out and you're ready to actually receive the opportunity that I'm presenting, you're going to leave here with good text to go and refer to create magic, alchemy, and manifestation in your life. So story, the all is mind. The universe is mental, the Kabbalion. Take that note. The all is mind. The universe is mental. Tell yourself a better story. Ask yourself, is this suffering something that I need, or is it voluntary? You know, every moment of our life, we're either invoking or we're destroying. So it's really, let me tell you, where our main foe is. And I don't like to have any foes, but if I had one foe in this planet, it would be distraction. Do you know in the hazy static of your mind, judgment rules because the mass mentality of the psychopathy of lack has like placed it in you? So when you're not thinking, when you're not controlling your conscious mind, your subconscious mind is running the old scripts and judging everything, judging you. And I'll tell you early, we're brainwashed in shame and we're brainwashed in self-hate. So here we are all brainwashed in these 2 things that just totally suck. And then when we're distracted, we're sitting in judgment. And usually we're judging ourselves most harshly. Okay, so we have this sextuple D threat led by distraction, which leads to the quint threat, which is, you know, we are dissipating our energy. We have high diabetes. We're super extra depressed. We are dependent on shopping, Netflix, drugs, alcohol, distraction, and we are dying at accelerated rates. So these are the things that are, if I had a foe, I would name our number 1 foe distraction, and in distraction, we judge. So let's talk about the stuff of the universe. We're going to move to the second universal law, and that's UNITY. That's for unity. UNITY. That's for unity, right? Unity, correspondence, as above, so below. Correspondence, as above, so below. Now, you believe that the universe lives, that you live in the universe, excuse me. You believe that you live in the universe when in fact, the universe lives in you. Deepak Chopra, right? The universe lives within you. We live in a holographic universe. You came here programmed right down to your DNA to have every piece of information that you need to thrive. The moon is a representation of sinking in to this unity, to this understanding that above, so below. So in your acknowledgement, and you're beginning to take in this beautiful orb of Tao, right? Like the Tao, the flow, the whole rhythm of the universe shows up in our 29.5 day cycle, right? Where we're allowed to actually go through a full evolution every 29.5 days. We get to evolve fully from fodder to blossom, right? From seed, from nothing to flourish, to back to nothing. We're allowed to accelerate our quantum evolution if we are willing to get out of distraction. So let's talk about the field. We got to talk about the field if we want to get in and start to play in this creation mechanism. Right? The first thing is, like, as you know, you're here, right? You're here now. And apparently, clearly, and obviously, you deserve to understand the mechanisms of your best life. Are you with me? Give me a thumbs up if you are with me, that you deserve to sink into your best life. Give me a thumbs up, give me an emoji, give me some life, because you showing up here in this entrained container with life allows you to entrain with me, because I set a space that does not stop thriving. So work with me, stay with me, join with me, and let's find a way to talk about unity. Now, with regard to unity, there is the particle. Like, if we were to start from like the actual sluggish 3D reality that we live within, it goes first particle, matter, right? Matter, heavy stuff, sluggish stuff. The particle is now matter. But before the particle was matter, it was in a hazy wave state. A hazy wave state. Now that's the mind matter. That's the stuff that we get to play with. And then there's the field, right? The ocean, the origination, the place where everything already exists in the field. It is infinite possibilities. It is, we are just rising up of the field. We are just the field rising up and concentrating and manifesting a body for us to experience this sluggish 3D reality. But in the field, everything is there. And the fact that we correspond with the field means that we are able to sink into that information. The moon gives us a direct plug-in to this sync, and we're going to get more into that mechanism. But let's just talk about unity. As above, so below, right? So we came here to become, like, no matter what we're doing, we're always sinking to unify to the cosmic rhythms. We're always sinking to unify back to the field. It's just part of our thrive drive. Like, we came here to be sluggish and in this heavy, dense reality because we want to remember. So that's why you guys joined me today, because you're going to leave here remembering what you forgot, right? Remembering what you already know, and it's yours to use. It's so exciting. And I just want to bless you. I want you to thrive with me. I want to see you flourish, because your brightness causes other brightness. And together right now in this container, we are in training vibration outward to help not only your loved ones, not only your soul, but all the souls that we interact with. So sink in with that unity. Understand that you have a spark of your divinity right within you. And I call it you, your own uniqueness, right? That's your seed. An acorn came to be an oak. You came here with your etelechi to become the best version of you, mastering life in its 4 directions, showing up in your life with a huge luminosity, a huge radiance, a brilliance that shines. You came here with an inner blueprint. You came here with a divine design to shine. You, your own uniqueness. Face Forward You is all about you. All right, so UN and TUI, right? Unity. Now, moving on to contrast. I have to keep time. Let me see. Ooh, time's going quick, guys. We're not going to get through the 7 principles. Know you can always visit me at Face Forward You. Know that I'm always engaging in this. This is all I do. This is my most important work, is to show up here and lift people up. I'm all about supporting people and giving you the levity so that you can begin to become buoyant in this life. How do you do it? How do you become buoyant? Well, we came here as alchemists. We came here in a world that we came to transmute. And in distraction, we're slogging it out. We're over here not mastering our mindset. We're over here slogging it out, just distracted. And in distraction, we're judging ourselves harshly. It's unacceptable. You came here to thrive. So that's that. No more. The goal of contrast is to close the distance. Let's talk about money, because you came here to master money, and I don't want you to leave without some money mastery. So know that money is operated through the same 3D laws that govern our universe, these success laws. So understanding the story that you're telling around your money, catching yourselves in words of lack, you know, that the shoulds, the musts, the have tos, right? The buts. Just catch yourself telling that negative story, seeing your reticular activating system when it's just showing you that gray, you know, sunglasses. Put on the rose-colored glasses, because it's in your angelic, childlike wonder that we're able to reconnect quickly and simply to the divine, right? To that spark, to the truth within us, that we came here as a spark of divine, that we came here as spiritual being human. So with that being said, to grow good, we want your mind to be in your control. Energetically begin to buy into the solution. Frame everything coming from the solution versus the problem, right? We want to grow good. So I'm going to give you a really powerful quote from another forefather of this amazing work that we do. And it's a simple 12 words that if you practice this, you will see a change in your life. As long as you agree to agree, you really don't know how, you don't need to understand how all of this works. The goal is that you agree that it does, right? You can go outside and you can see a flower bloom. It works. You can go outside, you can see the sun rise. It works. Do not question how. Get into agreement, buy into the solution, and then begin to master your time, because distraction is where you're dissipating your energy. And it's to make a hazy wave, right? To make a hazy wave that came out of the field into a solid particle, it must be observed. To matter, something must be observed, right? Manifestation is all about observing in such a way that you're taking it from the etheric and you're hauling it into this sluggish 3D reality right here, right now. Okay. So your mind distracted will never get you to a place where you're not slogging it out, and then instead you're growing good. It's all about taking control of your consciousness. Declare yourself in. Declare yourself into life. Close the distance between yourself and money, for example. Close the distance. That's how we work transmutation. We close the distance from where we are to where we want to be by degrees. So begin to close the distance between yourself and money by understanding that money takes risk. And so to take risks and be in a position to be ready for the opportunity, you must learn. So therefore, you're not taking risks without knowledge. So begin to agree with your childlike wonder that there's something you're really interested to learn, and agree to begin to learn it, and then begin to transmute your distance between yourself and money. Another way that we transmute is by agreeing that it's possible. It's in the agreement that we are able to really get into the alchemist's shoes. Okay? Because alchemy is all about so mote it be, right? It's an agreement that it is without substantial proof until the proof shows up manifest. It's about concentrating so deeply within the etheric that we're able to draw it into the material because we haven't changed our mind. So that's something that we do often. And I'm going to get into this. I keep going up instead of down, my friends. My apologies. We're going to get into current because I want to kind of sink into that. Sheri's going to call me out when it's my time because I know
it is time. We're just wrapping it up. It's okay. So wrap it up.
I shall wrap it up. So with that being said, you know, your current is the key it's how we entrain. It's how we pull things from the etheric into matter. So begin to agree that you are that spark of divinity, and begin to do the things that work. You materialize through your five senses. So, a lot of the people here, including myself, we do sound healing because it's very clear that it's a fourth dimensional healing tool. I come to you with so many modalities, over 200. There's just not a modality I don't work with because I create miracles. Come and see me, learn more. We didn't even get to like the meat and juice of the system, but there's always more for you. I am in room 7, and I am doing moon oracle readings to help you sink into the moon and create your unique path. Today, I'm offering a 1 moon reading for whoever is the lucky one to pull my magic number. I shall write my number down, Lady Sheri. And you can call them out.
All right. So everybody, if you'd like to win a session with Michele, put in the chat from 0 to 100. And she's going to write down a piece of paper. Let's close your screen, your share, so we can.
Oh yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Let us.
Well, everybody writes on the chat from 0 to 100. Okay, the numbers are still coming in. Great. You got your number written down?
I do.
Okay, good.
I'm ready.
So as they're writing down the numbers, just letting you know what's happening in the other rooms. Right now in room number 1, we have Denise Daniel. She's a able alchemist. This woman has cured herself of eczema, and she created her own product line, and she makes it from scratch in her house by hand. So if you want to go check her out, she has the ingredients, the recipe for success for your skin and your body. So go into room number 1. Room number 2 is where you receive your appointments to have 5 minutes or 10 minutes with the readers and healers. And then Angela will help book you for future readings today or in the future if you would like to have appointments at a reduced show price. Okay. So, and also coming up next in the main room, we have Raphael Weissman, the heart thread healer, and he's going to be with Donna Reina Sessler, the solutionary gemologist. They're going to talk about the healing power of Shungite, channeling the angels, and who knows what they're going to come up with. They're partnering together, and this is their first time presenting. Quite interesting. Okay, so Michele, I'm going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're going to hold up your number. What is it? 67. Okay, we have 77, 87. 77 looks like the closest one.
All right.
77 is Lynn Grape.
All right, Lynn. And then Sheri, is she gonna drop it in the chat?
No, she's gonna follow you to your room.
Okay. All right. I'm heading.
I don't want to be responsible for having anybody not follow through. So Lynn, follow Michele to her room, which is, what's your room number?
I think I'm 7. Usually I'm 7.
Your room number 7. Yeah, we should
Perfect.
we need to put your number in front of your room. Let me just,
I had changed that, but then my computer, I'm having such weird things going on.
let me just quickly put Thrive Guide and your name. Okay, that's how everybody's identified. Cool. Okay, so Lynn, you can follow her to her room, and anybody else wants to do Q&A, follow Michele to her room. Thank you for being here.
Thank